Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you another video. All right, so the Lakers had a long night, man. It's the epitome of that. The score 103-88 was your final score. In Inglewood, Los Angeles Lakers fall to the Clippers. Let's see, the first quarter, the Lakers had 15 points, season low. Clippers had 28. Second quarter, Clippers had 26, Lakers had 24. Third quarter, Clippers had another 26-point quarter. Lakers had 22 in the fourth quarter. Clippers had 23, Lakers had 27. Had a little fake comeback in the fourth quarter, but nah, it was nothing. Team stats. I'm frustrated, man. That was some garbage to watch. I don't know, man. Just wish we could be more competitive out there. The Lakers shot 39% from the field, 34 of 88. Lakers shot 16% from three, 6 of 38. And 61% from the line, 14 of 23. That's awful, man. I'm sorry, that's just really bad. I know we were down a lot of people, but that shooting that's not even NBA level. The Clippers 34 of 80 from the field, 43%. 16 of 43 from the three for 37% from, and 19 of 20 from the line, 95%. So the Lakers missed 9 free throws. You ain't gonna win too many games like that. The Clippers took care of theirs and won the game easy. Clippers had 48 rebounds to the Lakers 43. Clippers had 13 offensive boards. The Lakers had 14. Clippers had 22 assists. Lakers only had 16 assists. That's awful. 7 steals for the Lakers, 8 for the Clippers, 2 blocks for the Lakers, 6 for the Clippers, 11 turnovers for the Lakers, 14 points conceded off of those, 19 turnovers for the Clippers, 20 points conceded off of those. Fast break points, 15 for the Clips, 6 for the Lakers. Points in the paint, 34 for the Clips, 48 for the Lakers. And the largest lead of the game for the Clippers was 22. The Lakers never led. The Clippers had the lead the entire time. Oh, man, this was trash, bro. I'm going to start with the winners. The Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, 42 minutes, 32 points, 8 of 24 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3. Hit all 12 of his free throws, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, 2 blocks, plus 16. John Collins, 32 minutes, 17 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 12 rebounds there. 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 offensive boards, plus 26. Both he and Kawhi killed us. They were good. Zubac, 11 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from the line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, plus 13. Of course, he went down with the left ankle in the first half, did not return. James Harden, 41 minutes, 21 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 4 rebounds. 10 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, plus 24 for James Harden. Chris Dunn, 32 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, plus 8. Nick Batum, 20 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from both 3 and field, got 4 rebounds, minus 6 for Nick Batum. Brook Lopez, 25 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 turnovers, plus 7. Bogi Bogdanovic, 18 minutes, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, minus 6. Jordan Miller, 2 minutes, nothing, plus 1. Kobe Brown, 1 minute, nothing, plus 2. Kobe Sanders, 17 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 rebound, minus 10. I think I'll give the game ball to... I'm kind of stuck between Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and James Harden. I think I'll give it to Kawhi Leonard tonight. I think I'll give it to Kawhi, man. But John Collins was terrific. He really hurt us bad, but more volume came from Kawhi, I guess. James Harden had the blessed... No, Collins had the blessed plus minus. James Harden killed us. I don't know. It was one of them 3 guys. Hey, give it to Kawhi and call it a day. I ain't really doing too much thinking more on that. For the Lakers, man, LeBron James had a good game, man. He played well. 38 minutes, 36 points, 15 of 28 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 3 of 5 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, -6. I like the heart that the King showed, man. He seemed to show up and respect this rivalry, and that's really what I wanted to see from our organization. He played well, man. He was just running around with a bunch of nothing, honestly. A bunch of nothing. That was it. Nobody else scored over 12 points. It was a bunch of nothing. Jake LaRavia, 37 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, -23. I thought he played hard. He looked really good out there for the most part. We needed all 4 of those threes that he missed. It hurt us bad that he couldn't hit a shot from behind the arc, but the 7 offensive rebounds are incredible. He just rebounded the ball great all night long. The 6 assists are strong, 2 steals, 0 turnovers. I really like what I saw from Jake, but we just needed him to score tonight, and he just couldn't score, but he was definitely not the problem. Jackson Hayes, 31 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, -13. I needed more from Jackson Hayes with our guys being out. I needed him to stay out of foul trouble. He picked up 5 of them. I wasn't thrilled with Jackson Hayes tonight. It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a good game, and we needed a good game with us being so shorthanded. So him not being out there with the foul trouble hurt his team, and the fouls he picked up were just not smart fouls. Marcus Smart, 31 minutes, 5 points, 1 of 12 from the field, 0 of 9 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, -10. His inconsistencies are career long when it comes to the shot. He's been able to hit threes left and right for the last 2 games. He could barely miss from behind the arc tonight, 0 for 9. This is the Marcus Smart experience. I would love to say I'm surprised by this. This is what you sign up for when you pick Marcus on your team, dog. It just is what it is. He's a wildly inconsistent shooter, but he's not bashful. So these kind of performances are nothing new for any team that's had him on there. This is just our turn to deal with the crap. We needed him to score tonight. He gave us 0 for 9 from behind the arc, 1 of 12 from the field. All of those possessions we needed back, all of them. Every single last one of them we needed back. I liked what he did on the defensive end. His impact was felt, but him being this bad from behind the arc probably is why you lost, if I'm being real. It's probably why you lost. There are a lot of contributing factors, but probably nothing worse than that. With him being on the floor 31 minutes and only gave 5 points, but missed 11 shots. I mean, yeah, we couldn't overcome that. We just couldn't. Luka Doncic only played 20 minutes tonight. He went down with some type of contusion. I'm not sure exactly what. 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. He was awful anyway, so it wasn't like we missed him out there. He was a -13. I'm going to be honest with you. This might have been the worst game I ever seen him play in. It was from start to finish, he was getting cooked on both sides of the floor. Couldn't hit a shot. It was awful. And he was hurt, so I don't know if he'll be available for the Phoenix game, but he definitely was out for the rest of this one. I think he probably misses that game. Didn't click anything. I don't even know why did this. I don't know. Why did that happen? I have no idea. It just clicked away. I didn't even touch anything. Maxi Kleber, 16 minutes, 0 of 2 from the 3 and field, 1 rebound, +1, 16 minutes. I don't know, man. I mean, it's just sort of like Marcus Smart, but a different vibe to say that I don't expect anything from Maxi Kleber. He was a throw-in the Luka trade. I would prefer all of his minutes go to Adu Thero. Period. Jared Vanderbilt, 27 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, -14. I like what we saw from Vanderbilt. I thought he was a big part of why we were starting to make a little bit of a push there. But yeah, we couldn't get any scoring out of him. He had 1 3, though. 1 of 3 from the 3 is good for him. Missed 3 free throws, missed 3 shots. Offense is not where you judge him. He had 1 steal, 1 block. He rebounded the ball pretty well. I needed someone down there who could score. He couldn't, but he gave me the good stuff that I need from Vanderbilt, so I'm pleased, I guess. Dalton Connect, 13 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 rebounds, -4. 4 rebounds were good. I need him to. We need scoring. He is a scorer. The 17th overall pick. A guy I've seen score 35 points in a basketball game. Where is he? It's year 2, you know what I'm saying? He's an older guy that we draft. He's an older rookie. It's year 2. Most situations with rookies, I say they have to develop, it takes about 4 years. So it's year 2. But he is 26, 25 years old. Is getting to a space where I'm becoming a bit concerned. That's what I will say. When it comes to Dalton Knecht, this is the type of game where I need him to be launched. He needs to be doing what Marcus did. You see how Marcus Smart wasn't afraid to miss 11 of shots, 0 and 9 from 3? You're the scorer. Marcus is a defender who just doesn't have any conscience. I don't need you to be on a night where we're down literally all of our scores to be 1 of 3 with 13 minutes running around. I need you to be looking to be more aggressive. If you don't do nothing else, just run at the rim and get fouled. If you don't do nothing else, dunk on somebody. You know what I'm saying? But to be as bashful as he is, it's a mentality thing. And I'm having a very difficult time with him. Because Marcus Smart, Vanderbilt, Kleber, Hayes, I'm not going to get a whole lot of scoring out of those people. And when I'm down all of my scorers, I got to look at Nick Smith and I got to look at Dalton Knecht and say, if you don't score tonight, the rest of my players are not projected to be scorers if Luka's not going to be out there, which this became halfway through the game. So Dalton Knecht, he's frustrating beyond anything I was ever have thought, man. I was so happy when we drafted him. I felt like he fell to us. He was probably the 7th or something overall prospect. He fell to 17. I thought we had really gained something. I know what he's capable of doing, but this is the type of night where you really wonder if this is headed in the wrong direction with this guy. You just have to wonder. Adou Thiero, 6 minutes. He had 1 rebound, +7. Led the entire team in the plus and minus. In fact, nobody else had a plus minus. As soon as we put him on the floor, we went on a massive run in the 4th quarter. That's really what it was. It's like the whole team gained confidence when he came on the floor. His highs created some defensive pluses for us out there. We were able to put him on people. We were able to get stops. He was able to get a board. It wasn't that he was out there doing a whole lot. It's just that he made us comparable in size and speed in areas that you need going up against Kawhi Leonard, Chris Dunn, Collins. It made your roster just a bit more confident and more capable. And it showed immediately. And the coach took him off the floor and nothing else worked. That's why nobody else had a plus minus. He should have played Thiero probably 30 to 35 minutes tonight. But our coach ain't going to do that because he ain't going to trust the rookie. I think it was the difference between us being capable of actually defending against this team and not. And against a team that struggles down the stretch of the basketball game, he called Thiero's number. Everything went right. He pulled him off the floor, and nothing went right after that. I encourage people to check out the tape. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Nick Smith, 22 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He tried. I appreciate him coming in the second half being aggressive. The 1 of 5 from 3 hurt because he missed some key threes that would have gotten us close. We could have cut it to like 7 or something if he would have hit one of the threes. But he did what I needed him to do. He came in understanding that he's one of the only scorers out there looking to score. He got up 11 shots tonight. That's what I need. That's what I need from Dalton. That's what I needed from LaRavia. I needed guys to be more aggressive. I need the guys to identify where we're down so much of our regular scorers to where you got to morph your shift into what the team needs in the moment. And if you can't do that, then you're not going to really be able to help your team win. Guys got to know when to stop being who they are when Rui's on the floor, Austin's on the floor, Luka on the floor. Because those people are not out there. No Ayton. All your scorers are out. So people need to look around and say, these people ain't walking through the door. We need to do it. And I thought some of our players had that mentality. The players that we needed to have that mentality didn't. The guys I needed to have that mentality were Dalton Knecht, Jake LaRavia, and Vanderbilt. They just couldn't score. Kleber couldn't score. And I tell you, man, on a night like this, Maxi Kleber, I know he's our backup center. I just very easily put Adou-Thiero on the floor, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, small ball center is never my thing. But 16 minutes of Maxi Kleber running back and forth, get one block, one board, 16 minutes, 0-2 from 3. The hell is that? What is that? Like, and I'm not mad at Maxi. I think he's been okay for us. I mean, I've been pretty pleased with him for the most part, but it's not like I expect anything more than what he gave me. So if this is all I'm expecting out of him, then why not go to Adou-Thiero? Why not just ask him to play that position and just see what happens? 6 minutes for Adou-Thiero. The guy who you put on the floor for 6 minutes at a +7. Everybody else was a minus in the plus-minus. And the next closest player was Nick Smith, your other young player that you never play. He was a 0 in the plus-minus. Everybody else was a minus. The two young guys provided the most, and LeBron James provided the best possibility for things to work out. Maxi Kleber was a +1 in the plus-minus. He was a +1. Give him that. But, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. This was a team that was severely short-handed. Guys are only as good as they are. And that was it, man. You scored number 88 points. And LeBron James had to score 36 of them. I thought the King was valiant. I thought he was honorable. I was very happy with LeBron James, man. But the rest of these guys are only as good as they are. And it was a miserable watch. And I'll say this. Without knowing the inner workings of how things are going with decision-making as it pertains to resting guys or playing guys through injury or what have you, I'm not saying the Lakers made a bad decision. In fact, I probably lean into the idea that they made a good decision resting all these people or being conservative with them having these injuries being the case. If you want to frustrate your fan base, find a way not to be competitive against the Celtics and the Clippers. Find a way to not have most of your talent on the floor for those games. You want to anger us? You want to make us feel like you're not doing everything you can to uphold the Laker tradition? Do this several more times. Because when we went into that Boston Celtics building, we didn't hardly have anybody. You went into this Clipper building, you hardly had anybody. Maybe it's the right decision. But these are our rivals. And we are a tradition-spirited franchise. If you are not going to be able to contribute to that tradition, we, the fans, are going to feel like you're not the best to represent that tradition. Now, maybe I speak for myself. That is the spirit that I'm coming to you with. As a Laker fan, I found myself extremely frustrated with the fact that I was not fully competitive going into the Clipper building and going into the Celtic building this season. So, take that for what it's worth. That's about as much as I can say about that. Anything else is just ignorant. I don't want guys to play through injury. I don't want guys to try to force themselves, especially with all these Achilles injuries and calf injuries. I don't want anybody to force themselves to play in a basketball game just for the sake of rivalries and spirit and all of that. But what I will say is, if there was any chance for y'all to be competitive and y'all chose not to, that's a good way to lose fans. That's a good way to have people say, yo, I want these people out of here, and bring in some people who are going to respect these traditions and respect these rivalries. Because with the Lakers, that means something here, man. So that's pretty much all I want to say about that. So, all right. Los Angeles Lakers gave the Clippers their 7th victory. They snapped their 6-game losing streak against the Lakers. I'm sure their fans are very pleased with that. I'm sure our fans are very unhappy with that. The Denver Nuggets lost tonight to the Houston Rockets. We had a chance to step in front of Denver or kind of get a little closer. We don't gain any ground there, so that's very disappointing. I don't know if they've updated the standings, but I'm trying to click around to see if I can recite them to you. And yeah, the Lakers are 19-8 after this loss. In fourth place, Denver is 20-7, right above us. In third place, San Antonio is above them with the tiebreaker against Denver in second place, and the OKC Thunder are 25-3 in first place. The team who we'll be seeing in a few games, the Houston Rockets, are right behind us, 17-8, after getting the win tonight against Denver. Minnesota's right behind them, 18-10. And Phoenix, the team we'll be seeing next on Tuesday, is 7th, 15-13. Golden State, 8th, 14-15. Memphis, 9th, 13-15. Portland, 10th, 12-16. So, and their Portland Trailblazers on a 3-game winning streak, pulling ahead of the Dallas Mavericks there, who happen to fall to 11th outside the playoff picture right now, 11-18. So that's what's going on, man. We're in the 4th spot. And you just hate the fact that this played out the way that it did tonight. The Clippers are your rival. They were on a 6-game losing streak. You think that you can come in here and just get a victory against them, but you remove the wrong pieces from any situation, and teams could perform poorly. And Clippers were itching for an opportunity to win. As I said, they've been playing some really good teams lately. Had leads in all of those games. It was just a matter of time before they were able to take advantage of a team that maybe wasn't as good, and that's who we were tonight. We just, without so many key players, we're just not up to the level of talent that the Clippers are accustomed to playing against over the last week or so, and that matters. That really matters a lot. And we got beat pretty handily tonight. We made it a valiant effort with who we had. Guys tried. Guys fought. Guys made a real good push in the fourth quarter. The whistle kind of didn't go our way. Some of those calls, we got baited into some things. Had some poor decision making out there with our center. Bad shooting with some of our guards. I thought LeBron was really good. Jake LaRavia, tremendous doing the Vando type of things, but not enough scoring out of him. Not enough intention to score. And I don't know, man. For me, I got to fight against blaming one guy or blaming two guys, you know what I mean? Because that is just silly. But I can't help but kind of lean into that being what I do. Marcus Smart and his poor shooting killed us. Dalton Knecht not being an aggressive scorer when he's profiled as a scorer, just forced guys who are not scorers into having to try to be scorers. And those possessions where guys were not able to score should have been Dalton Knecht looking to get 20, 25, 30 points. And it's hard to blame a guy who had only 13 minutes for anything that happened out there. But if his mentality were, I'm going to get my buckets, it shifts everybody else into positions to just be themselves. You know what I mean? And that's what I would try to sit down with Dalton and talk to him about if I were a coach. It's like, if you were going out there looking to beat Rui, then Jake doing what Jake does doesn't hurt us. Marcus Smart is not forced to try to be something that he's not. Jackson Hayes don't have to do more than what he does, because there's not much for them to be outside of their body in regards to, if that makes any sense. Because you, the scorer, comes in and scores. Vanderbilt don't have to try to score. Bron don't have to go for 40. None of that is necessary if you step in and be yourself. You know what I mean? Because all those guys being themselves doesn't put any scoring on the board. You see what I'm saying? That's what it really comes down to. And the guys that we had in rotation tonight are rebounders, dirty work guys, defensive players, role players. You don't want to ask them to do too much. You want to turn to the guy you drafted to score to come in, be the 17th overall pick, because the other guys, they're not 17 overall. Nick Smith, not a 17th overall pick. Adu Thero, these second round guys, you know what I'm saying? Maxi Kleber's a guy about to be retired very soon. Marcus Smart coming off injuries, doing so much on the defensive end. Vanderbilt doesn't score. He does everything on the defensive end. Jackson Hayes, a bust, even though he plays pretty well. You don't want him to do too much. You know what I mean? You need the young hot shot who's coming out of Tennessee to just come in and say, yo, I'm going for 40 tonight. Even if he misses all his damn shots, he's going for 40 tonight. And it's just that mentality, to me, contributed as much to the loss as anything. Because we didn't have our scorers out there, and the guy who's supposed to step up and be that just didn't even just see that as an opportunity. And maybe if the coach left him out there a little more, maybe you get a little more out of him. Maybe that's who to blame. I don't know, but that is a real contributing factor to this particular game being a loss for the Lakers. We're just asking people to do things that they shouldn't be asked to do, and as a result, we failed. BDF 44. I thank you all for watching. Out.